guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Right.
What up though guys, Boogz here, and we're back with another Ask Boogz video here on the HuddleGG YouTube channel. And today's video, we have a two-part answer thanks to my guy X in the Discord, who asks, what concepts beat guys who love to sit in cover 3? And then my guy John Schwaller on the YouTube comments asks, how can you tell if someone that is running cover 3 is using deep half, and how do you attack it as opposed to an original cover 3 beater? And before we get into the answer of this video, make sure you guys check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BugattiBoogz on Twitch. Check me out, man. I'm probably live right now as you're watching this video. So as soon as this video is done, come through, say what's up, holla at me, man. Make sure you hit that follow, hit that bell so you can join Noti Gang, all that good stuff like that. Now let's get into this actual video. I'm not going to go dig deep into all the different things you can do to attack cover 3 and beat cover 3, because I mean this video can end up being hours long. However, what I am going to say is I'm going to give you guys my favorite concept against cover 3. My favorite concept is the flood concept. What a flood concept is a streak and a deep or medium outbreaking route and a flat route. Outbreaking route will be a deep out route, deep corner route, something like that, or a deep C route, which is essentially a corner route. And it puts pressure on those zones and forces it to guard one area of the field or guard one of the 3 routes. One of the 3 routes against a cover 3 is going to be open unless they do like a Mabel style coverage where they double flat, maybe have a low flat zone guarding the flat and a deep flat zone guarding the deep out route or corner route, and then they actually have that deep third over the top of the streak as well. Unless they do that, they are not going to be able to guard this flood concept. And once they do that, then you have the middle of the field open as well. Traditionally, what people do when they do a cover 3, they don't do a Maple style. They do a traditional cover 3 with a deep third and a flat route with their yellows in the middle of the field. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at the concepts. I'm in the concepts now. It says 3-level route where outside receiver is deep and inside receivers are medium and short. This is a flood concept. You don't have to go to this concept. You can recreate this yourself. You just need 3 people on the same side of the field to recreate a flood concept, especially if you have a hot route master or something like that. So we're going to go up against cover 3. I'm going to pick a flood concept. We're just going to go to split close right here. I'm going to pick a cover 3, regular cover 3 sky, and we're going to go from here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have our flat from the running back out the backfield. I'm going to put a corner out on that guy right there. And for the sake of space, I'm going to move him back, but I'm going to put him on a deep end route. Pretty good space in here. And this is a simple yet effective flood concept right here. And what it does is it forces the flat to have to guard either one of the flats, the flat, or the outbreaking route, the corner route. Okay, so it has to guard one or the other, and the deep blue is going to go back because its job is to guard that streak. So we're going to snap the ball like so. And right here, you can see we have a cover 3 bomb because that guy is guarding the running. That guy is going to break out because we have the ball on the left hash. So he has more field. And the third's job is also to guard the deep third of the field. He has a third of the field. So when there's an outbreaking route going to his third of the field with so much field to go, like on this play right here, he then is going to break off of the streak and then jump the corner out. So this is going to get me to my point for John Schwaller, where we're talking about how to attack cover 3 once they put deep halves. So we're going to get to that in just a second. Okay, so hopefully we get a little bit of time here. We get a little bomb right there. Boom. Okay, I'm going to go to the replay. But at this point, your opponent is going to deep half. He's going to force that cornerback to guard a deep half of the field versus guarding a deep third of the field because he doesn't want to continue to give up that bomb. Okay, some people you may go up against may just continue to give up that bomb. But let's look at the responsibilities of that flat. This is the flat right here, the purple. He either has to guard the corner route or the flat route. He's staying deep. So then we take our flat and you can see we have, look how much distance between him and the running back. Once we throw it to the running back, we're at least getting 10 yards. And if we can make a play, with our running back, we got a little bit of stick work. We can make a play and get a bunch of yards off just that flat route right there. Okay. Now, if we were on the short side of the field, so if we were on the right hash of the field, that cornerback isn't going to guard the corner route the way that he is, because now that's now the responsibility of the purple zone versus the deep blue zone. Okay, so like when you see me do it now, watch, he does not break off. He's going to stay committed and stay on his responsibility of the streak or the fade and give that off. See, you see how he gives that off to the corner out or the purple zone. He gives the corner out to the purple zone instead, because now he doesn't have to guard that area of the field anymore. Okay, so then as you can see, our running back is wide open. We're able to get a big chunk of yards, 7 yards minimum, but I think you can get at least 10 yards off that play. And so it puts a lot of pressure on the zone. And the only way for them to stop it is for them to Mabel, and they would have to put that linebacker in a hard flat or something like that to really kind of take it away. Okay, so flood concept is one of the best things. So you have that 3-man combo between a corner route, a flat route, and a streak route. Then you have to come up with something else on the backside. Even something as simple as the stock post route that X is on. You can leave him on that. Maybe even smart route him. That way he's a little bit shorter. I like to have an underneath route. Or you can put him on a drag like so. Short end route like that. Or you can smart route that end route. Make him a little bit deeper. That's a good combo. Great spacing. You can then read that right side of the field. And then your eyes will kind of slowly scan back left, back to that end route as a check down, because you're following the flood concept first. That is your initial read. Your eyes are going from right to left. Okay. So now let's talk about what do you do once they put a deep half. One John Schwaller, you can't necessarily tell whether or not they put them in a deep half or not. There's no real way to tell unless you have Omaha activated. But there are little tips and tricks to the trade that you can do that'll show. I don't know if it'll show you in practice mode, but in a game, it'll definitely happen. So what happens is you can let them set up their adjustments. So I'm going to make the adjustment, put the deep half on the field like that. And you can let them make their adjustments. And then what you can do before you set up your play, audible like that. This audible, you see how that cornerback moved? Once you see that cornerback move, and he was the only cornerback to move, he was the only defensive back or defensive player to move, that's because they made a defensive adjustment with him. Now, this is a high level tip right here. Okay. He made a defensive adjustment. This is why he moved. So then you can kind of make an educated guess and say, okay, he probably put him in a deep half on this play. All right. So you see when I audible back, no one moved. He didn't move because he's still in that same adjustment. All right. So now let's set up our play. Once we get him to put him in a third or something like that, once we get him to put him, not a third, a deep half, then the sideline and that corner out is even more open just because of that. Because now that cornerback isn't going to jump down and bite down on the corner out anymore. He's going to stay committed to that streak and that deep half responsibility. So now you're going to see him go straight back. I pressed the wrong button, but it doesn't matter. I threw it to the running back flat instead of the corner out. But as you can see, and I'll do it again. I'll put the guy on the corner out. On a deep half, and then I'll set up offense afterwards. So we're going to let him set it up. So you give him like maybe 3-4 seconds to set up his defensive adjustments. And then you just do a little trick like this. Audible. You see how he moved. He's the only one that moved on the field. Then you can audible back to your play and you say, okay, now he's in a deep half. Now you know what to look for. Okay. So then you can set up your play and go from here. All right. So he has him in a deep half now. can't get the ball off. But as you can see, he does not bite down on the cornerback or in the corner route at all. He stays committed to that streak, which then means that the sidelines, the deep sidelines, are completely exposed because he has to do his responsibility. He has a half of the field instead of a third of the field now. Okay. So when you look at that, look at the corner route, how we can we have so much field now to throw it to this corner route. We can throw it to the corner route or the flat now. So this is why when your opponent deep halves, you've won that battle. You've won the offensive battle, or you've won that battle on that drive when you have them deep half in their cornerbacks, because now the sidelines are completely exposed and now they have more pressure on them to guard a corner out, because now that third isn't going to help them at all. It's not going to help him on a corner out. It's only going to help him to not give up a one-play touchdown, which is understandable. You don't want to give up a one-play touchdown. You want to make someone work and make them make reads. But at that point, now, as you can see, he's just giving up the corner out, because you can then kind of just throw the corner out, pass lead him above this flat zone here, and he's just not going to be able to react. And you still have your flat underneath as well. So that's really kind of how you attack cover three. That's how you tell whether or not they're in the deep half or not. You still don't necessarily know. You just know that they made an adjustment. You don't know when they move, you know that they made an adjustment from his original coverage. You do not know what adjustment he made. But if they're showing cover three, 9 times out of 10, the adjustment, like how right now I'm showing cover three, you can tell it's in a cover three. So when you see that, you can kind of see that, okay, it doesn't make sense for him to do this, put a flat zone on that cornerback, because then there's no responsibility deep on that third side of the field and they can just give up a touchdown to a streak. So it just doesn't make sense. So when you see that cornerback move, you can make that educated guess that, okay, if they're showing cover three, then chances are he probably put him in a deep half so that he does not get bombed. Once again, my name is Boogz. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully this helped out, everyone that watches this video, not just John and X. Appreciate you guys. Continue to give me feedback. Continue to ask questions in the Discord. Continue to ask questions in the YouTube comments. I'll be watching. I'll be lurking. And I'll be answering you guys questions and trying to make you guys better each and every week.